Hey everybody, welcome back to another pick a card. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dottie. I am the Reddest star. Over here we get a little weird. We do a little bit of metaphysics and makeup, and we do a lot of pick a cards. So if that's something that you're interested in, me and my energy, definitely make sure to stay around. Don't forget to do all the things, like, share, subscribe. Don't make me beg. Alrighty guys, let's get into it. Hey everybody, take a few minutes and see which crystal resonates with you. Feel free to pick more than one if you feel so called to. Alrighty guys, see you there. So for those who chose my beautiful amethyst crystal, I almost said cluster because I have a bunch of them, but let's get into it. Let's see what spiritual gifts do those who chose my amethyst cluster have. As that you tap into who are choosing my amethyst cluster. Okay. Yes. Anything else, Spirit? All right, let's get into it. I absolutely love this. So the first card that came out is I am present. So like one of your spiritual gifts is honestly just the ability of being present, being there, being able to find balance. Honestly, this group right here gives me like intercessors slash like being able to like bring balance to those who are around you. Like it really gives me peacemaker vibes, just like peacemaker and intercessor. And what I mean by intercessor is that you just have this ability to stand in the gap for people, like whatever God, you know, however it is that you believe. When you speak to spirit listens to you, and you're able to do this on other people's behalf as well. You also have the ability of bringing people together with just being yourself. Like I feel like this group may have gone through like a lot of like turmoil, which has brought them to this like current state of peace and just wanting that like peace and balance. You may have like a really deep connection with just like the cosmos. I feel like this group may be very creative as well. So like you may be the type of person who is able to make like something out of absolutely nothing, and when you make it, it doesn't just benefit you, but it benefits people around you in like magnificent ways. Even if you may not see it that way, people around you see it that way, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's a conversation that people have about you when like you're not paying attention or when you're not around. Oh my gosh. All right, Spirit. Okay, I know I don't really use this deck. I'm super talkative. Oh my goodness. Let's see what other gifts this group has. But yeah, you definitely have just this ability to bring, I feel like people just love the fork out of you. Like, and I love that for you. Alright, what else do we have? Oh, I like that. Okay, what else do we have, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? I get that this group may be like very selfless type of people. Like they really have this ability to not necessarily put themselves first. That's not the way I wanted to put it. But like they have this ability to kind of place self on a shelf when it's needed. But just be mindful of doing that, and like try not to make too much space for other people, so to speak. Spirit, can I get some more? Anything else? Y'all saw how talkative this thing was, and I was just like, oh, you didn't want me to talk? So I have nothing to say. Oh, solar flames activate. Yeah, I really get that you guys just have like this really deep connection. And I feel like you guys may be ruled by like your sacral chakra, or just like your creative center is very strong. It may not necessarily just come from your sacral chakra. You may be, you know, someone who works from the top down, like high frequency people who just naturally kind of vibrate high. They don't normally work from the bottom up. So they don't work from the bottom chakra up. They work from the top chakras down. So like trying to connect. I wouldn't be surprised if anybody in this group is like an Aquarius placement. Aquarius placements are very much like that. That's why they're considered alien, because they never really touch the ground. Or like even having like an 11th house sun. It was just funny because the 11th house did come out. But like having placements in Aquarius that are strong, I could definitely see. Oh my gosh, yes, I love this. You guys, this particular group brings balance to those that they're around, and I absolutely love that. You guys bring balance to people, and you also, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, you make people like, this group gives me like Aquarius / like Scorpio vibes, because it's like you make people kind of face like their deeper, darker parts of themselves. And like, I love the fact that there's Virgo justice and that there's Libra balance that came out together in this deck, because that's very much like what I mean. Like when I say that you guys are peacemakers, you guys bring balance. But I feel like part of that is making sure that you're bringing balance to yourself and you're not just spending all that energy out on other people, and not, oh, excuse me, but not overextending yourself. And for Libra placements as well as Virgo placements, like that's really hard for them to do. But I feel like people really come to you to be able to like work things out, whether it's like mentally or emotionally. They come to you to like work things out, and like they know that when they come to you, I love that because the card that came out was the 10, or the King of Pentacles. But the King of Pentacles very much is that like stable place for people to come. You know, he may not be very much moved by emotions, but he can logically help you because he's mature and he's gone through some things. So I feel like this particular group may have gone through, like I said earlier, like a lot of turmoil, a lot of things that have brought you to this point where like you want peace and you want to bring peace to the world around you and help everybody grow. Yes, once again, this is giving me like real intercessor vibes, but I can see that like I wouldn't be surprised if, because of the fact that you make people kind of face themselves, you kind of bring like karma to people, so to speak. Like the Bible verse, like, touch not my anointed, do my prophet or servant no harm, kind of comes to mind. And it basically is saying like, don't mess with those people because they're special. Okay, they're the ones that you don't want to mess with, because karma will come your way. And I feel like this group is the types of people who, like, whether you're like friends, your family, like whoever knows it, like you spend time out of your like life wishing and praying and sending good vibes, and whether they even know it or not, like you really do stand in the gap for people around you. And I just want to say thank you, because those types of people who come from a genuine place, who just want to see others strive and survive around them, those are the most beautiful types of people, and they're rare, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. So, but I will say with this, I would just make sure that we're like staying protected. Like I used to have this deck where it was like all these like wands coming in on this person, and it's like, it just reminds me of like making sure that you're staying protected, especially having like such a genuine spirit where like you just want the best for those who are around you. When you have that, you oftentimes will attract people who don't necessarily want the same for you, or who will just kind of like feed off of that. So just be mindful, protect your energy, don't give more than what you are able to. And then we have the Two of Swords. So it's like you're able, I feel like, once again, like this group, I feel like works from the top down. So it's like your third eye's open and you're able to see things clearly where other people may not be able to always see them. And you are like such a powerful person. You really are. You are such a powerful person. And I'm going to tell you again, when you speak, whoever it is that you work with, you may not even completely understand the people who are on your team. Just know that whoever is on your team, they go above and beyond when you speak. You don't even have to speak. They understand like just those tears in the middle of the night when you don't have words to speak, and even when it's not even about you, they understand. And because your heart comes from such a genuine place, oh my goodness, it's like that. It's like that, baby. I absolutely love this. Such great energy. Alrighty, guys, definitely let me know how that resonates. Have a great day. Bye. Hey, group number 2, for those of you who chose my citrine crystal, let's get right into it. Let's see what your spiritual gifts are. I will say I haven't done one of these types of readings in so long, and group number 1 was just like wild. I love it. So let's see what Spirit has for you. I'm just over here having a whole with my cards. All right, Spirit, what are the spiritual gifts for group number 2? Spirit, what spiritual gifts does group number 2 have? Oh, I love that. All right, anything else, Spirit? What spiritual gifts does group number 2 have? I can definitely see that this group has a love for knowledge. Okay, a love for knowledge. You guys might be really good with children as well, and I love that for you. Yes. Yeah, you guys, really interesting. Okay, so you guys have love and divine wisdom that came out first. So this kind of tells me that, so these 2 cards came out. This is a love card and this is the knowledge card, or wisdom card, and it just like gives me that you guys have just like this love for knowledge. And you guys might be the types of people who like are able to research things in like the drop of a hat. Like, I know that that might not seem like, how is that like spiritual, but like being able to tell people like, hey, well, I like looked this up and that up, and like somebody who's able to like work with resources. You may also be someone who's able to help heal people. Yes, you may be a gatekeeper, because like for some reason I see the 17, 1 and 7 is 8, and gatekeepers are they're just the types of people who they open up doors in your life. Some good, some bad, but they're the keeper of the keys, basically, is how I kind of look at them. And you may honestly be one of those people. But there's this like real sense of balance. But I feel like this balance isn't so much that you share it with other people, but like you're able to find balance within yourself. You may also be like a Reiki healer. Like, I would not be surprised if this particular group is a Reiki healer. Ooh. Sorry, I kicked my table. Okay, so, but I wouldn't be surprised if this group were like Reiki healers, somebody who is able to help people align themselves. You may even be a bit of like an activator, or like you find that you're there during like pivotal moments to help people like along. And it may seem like, well, I don't really help people along, but I have been there through some pivotal moments. But like, it's very possible that literally just your presence and you being there during those moments has honestly been like a huge help for these people going through. Alrighty, Spirit. What are their messages? Ooh, oh no, let's not do that. What other messages do you have for this group, Spirit? Okay, we're just gonna take these ones. Okay, that is so interesting. Do you see it? Do you see it? Because I see it. Do you see it? Okay, so once again, I really feel like these people are like able to create sparks within other people, able to help other people to align. They are very, I feel like this group and the last group are very intuitive, like very intuitive, and they receive a lot of downloads. Love that for you. I feel like I'm not even gonna try to say the name of that. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm blind, so I can't see it. But I don't know how to say that, but I feel like this gives me Oven vibes. So you may be someone who like works with Oven, or you just may be someone who like works with the Akashic Records, has just this deep divine knowledge, and I feel like you are supposed to share a little bit of that knowledge with people. You may not have to be like a grand person, like you don't have to be like a content creator to be able to share that knowledge. Just sharing it with the people who are around you, who are open and receptive, honestly may be a huge part of your spiritual gift, and why those people are put in the area around you, so that you can help to activate them and help to kind of pull things out of them. And I don't mean like on a negative way, but like Reiki healers, like that is all energetic, but they're energetically able to pull things out. And I feel like that's really what this group is able to do. Whether you guys do Reiki or not, it really gives me those vibes. And I feel like you have this particular group has such a different way of thinking about things that you may have a hard time, oh, that one's backwards, but you may have a hard time really connecting with people in the world around you, just because like you think so differently. And it's like, you think about the cosmos, you think about like the ways of the world. This group may also be the type of people who just have a hard time making connections with people. And that's just because like you guys are so out there, and then people who are around you are just like base level, and that's okay for them. That means you need to find people who are willing and able to meet you where you are, or to raise up to meet you where you're at, whether they completely understand on the way up or not. Because when you're on a certain level and you talk to somebody down here, they're like, huh? What are you saying? No, huh? Speak up, you know? And I can say that from my point of view because I've been there. I remember having certain conversations with people pertaining to stuff I talk about freely and happily now. And back then I was like, oh, this is a good chill. But now I'm like, oh, I understand, you know, I completely understand. And I feel like that might be the vibe for this particular group too. All right, Spirit. But you honestly, I feel like, number one, like, you have, I just kind of get this vibe that this group is very connected to their higher selves, or like whoever it is that they work with. Like, if you work with a God of wisdom, that God's been over you since you were born. Like, and that's part of the reason why you think so differently, is because you have wisdom literally sitting on your shoulder. Like, if you were part of the Orisha practice, they would say that that was like sitting on your Ori or whatever, like, but either way, like, this person has like literally been with you your entire life. This wisdom was something that was passed down through generations. And when I say generations, I don't mean like, I honestly get for this group that like, if it is passed down from generations, it may not be like evident with the people who you know in your family. I feel like if it is something that's been passed down, this was something that may have been like, I'm getting like 3 or 4 generations ago. So like, you may not even be able to reach back that far, but I feel like wherever, and this might be that like Viking type group, but I feel like it's something back then. It's something like, I don't know, but it gives high magic almost. Like, it really does. It gives like priest, or like shaman type vibes, as we would like kind of call it nowadays. Yes. Okay. Oh, how interesting. Okay, one more, spirit. One more. Uno más. Oh, how interesting, because my last group, Dionysus. Love. I love that. So I feel like everything you do at the end of the day goes back to love. But I want to start with this card. Okay, because it says generosity, but I feel like it's not so much what the card says, but what the card shows. I feel like you're this person back here. I love how my finger is back here. But you're like this person back here, and you see the deceit and like the sly things that people do that they think that they're getting away with. And I feel like part of like that justice, that wisdom, that like it brings people to justice. Let me try to explain that with better words, but like, just by you witnessing it, and you may not even like necessarily speak up about everything all the time, but like just by you like witnessing it, it makes people like double think, or like, oh, I might not want to do this anymore, or like it just makes people think about their behaviors and if they want to continue down that path. With sacrifice, I feel like this particular group, they may end up like sacrificing quite a bit, and like just giving too much of themselves at times, and that's okay, but we need to stop that, because that's not cute, and we honestly do not have time for that. So all right, guys, let me pull some cards, some tarot. Sorry, I had a phone call come in. The audio probably cut out a little bit there, and I apologize. There was like a bunch of stuff that came in, but patience is a virtue. Okay, yeah, you guys are really strong and stable. You guys may honestly have like an infinity for money magic and an infinity for protection magic, and I feel like that's a blessing for you guys, and you guys should really like start to step into that a little more, like working with protection magic, that, and like things that'll bring out like those foxes, those little sly little devils there. Bring them out. It's time to go with the in your mouth, you know? Sorry. But yeah, I feel like you guys would be really good with money magic, and like helping other people out of situations. And then we also have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this group, like, you might be rough and tough, but you guys are really just like soft, nurturing people, and you may honestly have like an infinity for animals. Like, for real, you guys may have an infinity for animals, and it's just like, animals love you, you love animals, and like, oh, I just love that for you. But you be peeking stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but this queen, she's like, she be peeking stuff. You peek it. But all right, guys, as usual, let me know how this resonates. You guys have a great day. All right, bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. Those of you who chose this, I think this is a piece of Jasper, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what she is, but she pretty. All right, let's get into it. Let's see, Spirit, for group number 3, what spiritual gifts is it that they have? What gifts do they have? Okay, interesting, that came out for the last one. Okay. So for this group, this group really is my healers. Okay. For this group, those who are in this group, you guys have a lot of wisdom, and you're able to bring like clarity to people about just like different things, different subjects. You're really talented with listening, so I wouldn't be surprised if like this group would be like my counselors and things like that. And you also awaken people to like what it is, who they really are, inner knowledge. You may even have a gift either to deal with children, or you are like really, I get more, so for this group, you guys might be really childlike at heart, and people really truly admire that about you. Yeah, so you guys, I definitely get that this particular group is way more on like a higher vibrational type of vibe. You guys may have the gift of like clairaudience. You guys may even be like my clairvoyance, may even be like clairsentient as well. So being able to see, feel, hear things that other people may not necessarily be able to get in contact with. I really feel like that is a bonus for this particular group. This particular group may also have a lot of dreams. They may also be the types of people who just like get intuitive downloads and things. Oh, this is actually the wrong deck, and I promise you that card has came out for all 3 piles. We'll see if it comes back out when I go to pull it, but so interesting. Let's see. What other messages do you have for group number 3, Spirit? What other, ooh, no, we're not doing that today. So this particular group may have the ability to just like bring people together through community. Yeah, like to bring communities together and to help people. But people may actually see you as kind of selfish. Like, I find this kind of interesting just because it came out in the reverse position, and like 11th house has a lot to do with Aquarius, and like Aquarius really are, first off, they're super self-centered people. They are way worse. They are everything that people think that Leos are, but they're not. It's way worse. But we're not going to talk about it. I love my Aquarius. But you may have like an 11th house sun, or like Aquarius placements is kind of what this gives. And especially with Saturn being right here too, like one of your gifts is the ability to structure things and to build things, excuse me, because you have like such a clear vision and like just this inner wisdom and understanding, and you're able to just get these downloads. And but it's the ability to be able to like look through things and be able to find like ways out. I also get this with this retrograde card, number 1, like it gives me almost like time traveler type vibes and like interdimensional type traveling, but it also gives me the ability for self-reflection. And like it's almost like with this group, like when you guys take the time to actually self-reflect and to spend time like in that energy, not only are you able to kind of face your shadow, because you see the shadow aspects in both of these cards, but not only are you able to dig out your shadow. By you digging out your shadow, you're able to take those elements that you've learned and then help other people to be able to review things that are going on in their own life, to be able to look inside themselves to find where they can be a better version of themselves as well. And I absolutely love that for you guys. Absolutely love that. You guys may be the type of people who are like constantly on the go and need to slow down a little bit, though. I'm not gonna lie, and because that's just almost the vibe that I get. And I know like I have something to do after this, so but it's not quite that feeling. It's just almost like even after even with that, like after I said that, it's like the energy like calmed down a little bit. But it seems like this particular group is always the type of people that are like always on the go, and like spirit is like there's nothing wrong with that, but like you need to have more structure to what it is that you're doing. It's a very specific message, very specific. Oh yes. Yeah, honestly, because I get that you have learned through life that there is consequences to your actions. And because of that, you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. But you, through those consequences, through those things that like turmoil, this is honestly such a blessing, because it's like through that turmoil, like this particular group, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all have dealt with depression hella strong, like a lot of like mental thoughts, depression, anxiety, like just overwhelmingness of thoughts and sensations and things that it just seemed like you couldn't handle, or honestly like things that would damn near have broken somebody else, or like everything that you have within you, everything you've gone through, because you've made all of these sacrifices. And I feel like part of your gift is that your ancestors actually made so many sacrifices for you to be where you're at. And I feel like for you, as you learn to work through and to navigate some of these like deeper feelings, deeper emotions, learning how to embrace the beauty in life, because I feel like that's really strong, like learning how to embrace the brokenness that you may suffer from or you may be going through, to be able to make yourself whole and find the beauty in life through the consequences that you've gone through and those sacrifices that you've had to make. And like I said, be able to self-reflect and share that reflection with the world, because I feel like that is, it's a beautiful gift, and not everybody has the ability to help other people be able to see and to be able to progress forward, even through like their muck, even through their own stuff that they're going through. Like, and it, with both of these cards, these women look like they have gone through, like this black woman, oh my gosh, she look 80 years old and she don't have to, you know what I mean? This woman looks like her mind has absolutely broke her, being fragile. Like she's been in a very fragile state, and I feel like because of the fact that you've been broken down so many times and had to rebuild yourself so many times, it's almost like have you ever ripped off a nail? Kind of weird analogy, but like, have you ever ripped off a nail? I ripped off my baby toenail so many times as a kid that the thing grows in like a centimeter thick. Like, she just all types of wacky. And it's just because I ripped it off so much as a kid because my toenails were really thin. And as it ripped off every time, it grew back thicker and stronger. Because a girl had to, because there was this one day I was sliding down a hill. I went dirt sledding and I ripped off my toenail and it was horrible. Anyways, when it comes down to it, like, that is, that's one of your gifts, is being able to work through those deeper, darker feelings and helping other people. And I know that it's not easy when you're going through, but just know that everything that you're going through, honestly, is ordained for a reason. And that it's like, I almost get that once you learn how to like navigate and like work through some of these like deeper emotions and being able to not allow them to weigh on you so heavy, but just like accept, like, okay, it is what it is, yada yada yada, and be able to like move forward. I feel like this group there's blessings on the other side of that. And if you have learned how to do that and like you've really worked yourself through it, I'm telling you, I feel like there are blessings that are coming your way because of that. You're welcome to go check out my last video. Okay, Spirit, what other messages, what closing messages do you have for, yes, what closing messages do you have for group number 3? Spirit. Yeah, there really is a sense of you being able to build a community. So if that's something like you've ever thought about or ever like wanted to, like you have like the ability to really bring people together. I also feel like this group has the ability to do some really good protection magic as well. They may be really good with baneful magic as well, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. But there's this sense of bringing in a community, and being able to bring in your soul tribe. If that's something like you've been looking for, start asking the universe for it, because I feel like as you ask for the universe to bring that in, you're going to receive more and more of it. Be open to love and be receptive to it, and understand that love comes in various forms. So be open and receptive to it so that those types of people can come in, you know, people who are really able to like just be there with you, just help you, you know, all the things. I also feel like a gift that you have is being able to travel, whether this is like astral travel or just the ability to like accept people. I don't know why I'm getting that anyways, but I feel like part of your gift is that you have the ability to accept people where they are and to be able to help them move forward. You also help to bring balance, but not just balance, but like justice to people in like various ways. Like you may also have that karmic effect, you know what I mean, where like especially with Saturn, this was the group that got Saturn. Yeah, especially with Saturn, like that's one thing about Saturn, is Saturn will come through and like come through with a fucking come through and tell you when, and really will affect people when you're one of Saturn's babies, especially if you do have like 11th house placements or like strong Aquarius or Capricorn placements. You'll notice when people mess with you, like they get messed with. You're Saturn's baby, and Saturn don't play about them babies, okay? Saturn might be daddy and come around and smack you real hard, smack some sense right out of you. But Saturn will go ham if you mess with one of them babies. But as usual, Let me know how this resonates, and you have a great day. Bye.